Hello, everyone, and welcome to our August Explorer call. We were just saying how it feels like we have been away a long time, but it's only been a month, believe it or not. I'm Janine Stanley, and I am the Director of Customer Communications here at Ira, in other words, the person who talks about stuff. And there has been a new trend in many public meeting type places where we will now be announcing the following as we introduce ourselves: our preferred pronouns, if we choose to do so, and mine are she and her, and a short description of ourselves. So I am basically a middle aged Caucasian woman with very fair skin and reddish brown hair. And tonight I have on my Celtic Cats shirt, which is a kind of a dark green heather color with a Celtic design of cats on it, of course. And I will now introduce my co host and guy who pushes all the buttons, Ryan Bishop, who is our project manager here at Ira. Hey, Ryan.
Product manager, actually.
Did I say, what did I say?
Said project,
Oh, well, no, you are
which
product, which
yeah, a little bit different
just a
on the
little.
front there. But hello, everyone. My name is Ryan. I am the product manager here at Ira, or the person who makes stuff happen. Um, happy to be here today with you guys again. I feel like I haven't been here in forever, so it's so glad to be here. My my pronouns are he, him. And let's see, I am a very tall human being.
He is.
Yeah, like you wouldn't believe it. And unfortunately, with black hair, because it sucks when it's 110. I am. I have a polo, stripes. I love those striped polos. They're
Ooh.
great.
Ooh.
Covered in black dog fur because it is my dog's birthday today.
Happy
She has,
birthday, Australia! The
um,
Ira dog.
she decided that she wanted to try to be a lap dog before the meeting, and
I see.
she's
I
shedding a lot
see.
right now. So
Ew.
yeah,
Poor girl. Oh
yeah.
my. So, we are here, and actually, I realize that I'm going to need to do something here so that our poor people over on Clubhouse can hear us. So, what I'm
Well,
going to do here is,
I think that with it being August, I'm just happy to say that there are so many things coming up for you guys. For those of you that got to catch
You have
the
started computer audio
podcast,
share.
hello, computer audio share.
yeah, sorry about
Um,
that.
for those of you that caught the
That was super
podcast
loud.
with the July product manager updates, hoping that everybody got to see those, you're going to see a little bit or hear a little bit of what stemmed from that tonight, along with a few other things. So excited to bring you guys some updates tonight, and then of course, all sorts of things. But I will.
Yeah.
Did we get Clubhouse? Do we have our people at Clubhouse?
We do. We have now. If Shay could join us and let me know if she can hear us in Club Deck. Hopefully.
I'll look
So
real quick.
I
My
have
phone's right here.
I have shared our lovely audio, so we will see. But yes, we have a number of announcements. So hopefully you all got the newsletter that came. I'm sorry. Let me go back. Rewind. Bloop. Um, Hopefully, you all got the terms of service email. Now, if you aren't receiving emails like this from us that are announcements, newsletters, things like the terms of service email, you can go to the app, go to the Magical More tab, and under your profile, be sure to put in your email address. And if
Except
your email
if
address,
you're
your preferred one, yep.
Except if you're on Android, you
Uh-oh.
can expand that nice little hamburger menu on the top,
Ah,
and the
yes, you
profile
guys.
section's right
Yeah.
there. So yeah, it's not under the
You
more
guys
tab.
actually,
So we
yeah,
gotta,
your menu is much easier to you don't
yeah,
have to go through quite as many steps there. So go to the, I think they call it the navigation menu, I do
yep.
believe, and just go in there and go to your profile. And if it's already got your preferred email in there, just erase it and put it in again, and then exit out, save your profile, exit out, and that will automatically repopulate it with us. It'll go back into our magical system, and you will then be on the list.
If you are one of those people that aren't sure how to do this or do not know how, don't want to, you can also call our care team. They can get that in for you.
Our amazing care team.
They will be more than happy to get that in for you. So that way you can start receiving our emails, making sure that you are getting those newsletters and important Ira information.
Yeah. Alrighty. So hopefully you are hearing us. We only have a couple folks right now in Clubhouse, which is cool. But hopefully they are hearing us right now. So
I also want to mention, Janine mentioned our terms of service update. And so really quick, I also want to go over what you're going to see if you open the Ira app. Because when you open the Ira app, we did make something that you're going to notice that most companies do. And that's basically going to be throw a pop-up in your face that says, hey, be sure to read our terms of service and do you agree with them? The Ira app does that too. So if you decide to make a call, it'll happen in two ways. If you open the app or if you already have the app open, it will happen if you double tap that call button. You'll get a pop-up. It's the standard for any iOS or Android pop-up that just says, we've updated our terms of service. There's a button to read the terms of service and a agree and a do not agree button. Now, the important thing, because we forgot to mention it, should you decide that you do not want to agree to the terms of service, you will be signed out of the Ira app and you will have to sign back in and you will get the prompt again. So I do want to let people know that, but if you do agree with it, then and you do hit the I agree button,
pop you right into your call, right? Pop you right back in there, and you'll be good. Now, if you want to read the terms of service, and I highly suggest that you do, it is the quickest way to get to it, because it's a little Byzantine right now in the app. But the quickest way to get to it is to go to ira.io/TOS for terms of service, and that will get you right there. And there are 3 sections of the app that have changed. Well, first of all, we've taken out all the references to glasses, of course. But then the 3 sections that have changed are we updated the language in our street crossing policy. So nothing about that policy has changed. And we'll be talking about that again, probably on IraCast here soon, because it's been a while since, can you believe it? It was November of 2019 when we updated the street crossing policy. And so it's been a while since we've talked about it. And a lot of people didn't even realize, wow, what can we do? So that language has been updated to reflect what the current policy is, which says that the agent can provide you with information during a street crossing upon your request. So the default is nothing, but they can provide minimal, short sentence kind of information to you if you are veering, if you are about to run into danger, like heading toward traffic, or if there's something blocking your way. And the next section is the one that I would like everybody to read. And it is, last month we talked about our terms of service, and Emily was with us, gave us an amazing tour of our terms of service in terms of what is expected of the customer agent relationship and what keeps everything going smoothly and what will and will not be grounds for disciplinary action in terms of using the app, appropriate use policies and things like that. Well, those we clarified some language. So nothing has really changed per se, but we have clarified some language in there to make it a little easier to know if you are violating any of our use agreements and things like that. So we have that section. And then finally, we have also clarified and put some restrictions on the demo offer. Many of you know that we have an offer by which you can demo Ira to someone who might be interested. That could be another blind or low vision person, somebody with another disability who could benefit from Ira, or that might be to an access partner that you're showing it to. Oh, I'd love my local whatever to see this, and I want to do a demo. So you have 15 minutes, but the agent is going to ask you now to actually show on camera the person that you are demonstrating the app to, and a couple of other things that you can read about in the terms of service agreement. And now, Ryan, we're ready for you. And we still only have two people over on Club Deck. And I am hoping that you all, I'm sure you're all
They can hear you, they just can't hear me.
But they can't hear you.
Correct.
Okay, so I'm not sure how we're going to make that happen.
I don't know either, but I'm going to talk and you're going to fix it. So
I'm going to attempt to fix it.
All right, guys. So I'm going to announce to you a new feature coming out. Well, not coming out because it already came out. If you read the newsletter.
Marsha Harris to everyone. What is Club Deck?
I'm going to talk to y'all about a new feature that came out on what day did we release? Tuesday, I believe it was, or was it Wednesday? I don't know. But it is called Ira Wallet, and I want to talk a little bit about what this is because I think it's really important to talk about here. As we get into the discussion of payment methods. We kind of hinted about this a few weeks ago when Janine posted a message on the Explorer community asking what supported payments you guys would like to have in your subscriptions. Now, to begin that rollout, we came out with a new feature to allow you to have multiple payment methods with Ira. Now, what does this mean for you? This means that if you have an employer who's currently paying for your subscription and you want to still be able to purchase minutes on a different card, you can do that. If you are the primary user and you want your secondary friends to be able to use their cards to purchase minutes, you can do that. Really, any reason why you would need to have multiple cards, if you want to have a primary and a backup card in case one card can't do a payment and you need to do it on another one, you can do that. And so really, we set this up so that way everybody can have ultimate flexibility with their payment methods. Now, cards are number one. We do plan to take a look at other avenues going forward on how you can make your payment to Ira. But we wanted this flexibility was really cool. So how does Ira Wallet work? Stage one of Ira Wallet launch is with customer care. And so if you have anything to do with multiple cards, want to add a secondary card, want to change the primary of your card, for now, you will need to call customer care to make any of those changes, and they can go ahead and do that for you over the phone. I'm going to say that you can start the request. I know that you can text our care agents, but we won't do any card information over text message. So when it does get to the point where you will need to provide any card details just for your account security, for everybody else, you will need to call care and talk to them over the phone just for the security of yourself and everybody else involved. That is stage one. I do hope to see that coming to an app near you for you to make those changes soon. But for right now, you will call care. So yeah, I'm really excited to bring that feature. And I'm really excited for the next couple of weeks. I'm just going to drop a hint, guys. There is something coming in the next couple of weeks that y'all are going to be very happy about. And I will be very happy about.
And everybody will be happy.
Yes, everybody will be happy.
Everyone will be happy.
So I'm looking forward to it. there's so many things here in August that are here. So I'm happy to do that. And also, I want to talk about something else too while I'm here talking and rambling. And that is about something that we launched. When did we do it, Janine? January? Was it December of last year?
I believe so.
I think it was December of last year. Yeah, called our Dynamic Insights group with Ira.
Yes.
And our Dynamic Insights group is our really fancy way of saying our customer advisory board. And you guys may remember, because there were 600 of you who submitted an application. Now, if you submitted that application, like all great companies, we still have that application on file, and we will be selecting new members for our customer advisory board coming up.
So you do not have to fill out that application again, which you'll be happy about, because it was a pretty long application.
It really was. So you will be contacted. You could be contacted here in the next couple of weeks. We hope to make the decision, I would say, somewhere near the end of the month, around that time. And so if you are picked, you will be contacted via email. So I'll go over very quickly what this entails and what it is again for those that maybe don't remember. It'll provide deeper insight to us on how we can better the Ira experience. So along with us posting messages on the board, we like to get feedback from our customers, and this is another avenue to go ahead and do that. And so we will be getting in contact with those people who are chosen. And again, if you aren't chosen this round, you could be chosen next round. We do keep applications on file, and we will be and could be picking you next. So stay tuned. That is going to be coming out very shortly, and we look forward to getting to work with everybody and getting to get your feedback. Let's see, what else, Janine?
Let's see. I'm trying to think of what else. As we solve our Club Deck problem, as I'm trying to figure out how to get our computer audio into Club Deck at the moment. We don't have too many people on here, because we're actually not there. You guys are not hearing poor Ryan out there. Now, we will hear you on Zoom whenever I come back and come back into Club Deck. And if you raise your hands and we get you up on stage,
the over 35 people we have in here will hear me.
All right. So, yeah.
I mean, that's at least I'm not all alone here. These people,
This is good. Ryan, you guys will hear Ryan. And so let's see.
What else do we have?
What else do we have? We have some new access partners, actually.
We do.
Yes. This is very exciting. We have...
we also have...
Okay. I'll let you figure that one out. Anyway, this week we have the University of Pennsylvania. Woohoo! And I don't even know what their mascot is, because I know Penn State being in the Big Ten, and but University of Pennsylvania and the Penn Museum, which is a very famous museum that has a lot of exhibits having to do with archaeology, anthropology.
Does that cover the hospital too?
That they do. They have a huge hospital. They're at. They also have, and for all of you.
Massive.
For all of you who have guide dogs, they also have a place called the Penn Vet Working Dog Center. They have a very famous veterinary program at University of Pennsylvania. If any of your guide dogs, you get your health report from your guide dog school, it has a Penn Vet Hip Score, and that score determines the amount of the condition of the hips for hip dysplasia. So anyway, just little trivia that is rolling around inside inside my brain. So, anyway, University of Pennsylvania, you guys are an access location that includes the online content for the Penn Museum. And they have in our newsletter, which is up on our website, but which also I may be sending that out to people because a lot of people have requested that via email. So in September, we will have it on the website, but we'll also have it via email for everybody, the newsletter in full, just like the good old days of Ira. And it's a big newsletter. We have University of Pennsylvania. We will have UMass next week, University of Massachusetts. You'll be hearing they did a kickoff on Monday, and they are a huge campus in Boston and a couple of their outlying campuses. They are now Access partners, which is super exciting. We've been working with them for quite a while. So it's really nice to see the universities coming on board before the school year starts, because as we know, depending on what state your area is in with the Delta variant of the coronavirus and other, COVID cases going up, there are a lot more restrictions being put back in place. And what does that mean? It means signage everywhere.
Lots and lots of
Lots
signage.
and lots of signage, unfortunately. And that also means that you're going to need somebody to read that signage for you. And that's what we're here for. And especially on campuses where mask policies are kind of all over the place. So if your college campus would be interested, we would love to talk to them about becoming an Access partner. It's really quick and easy to do. If they can turn it around quickly on their end for the payment, we can turn it on within 24 hours at their university. So, not a problem at all. Typically, we work with the Disability Services Department. So if you are a student and you really want this at your campus, please go to your Disability Services office and get them in touch with us. We would be more than happy to talk them through and put them in touch with other colleges that have done this, like Ohio State, Princeton, of course, University of Pennsylvania now. We have, UC San Diego. Trying to think of all the other ones, all of the UC system, I think, but I'm not sure. And then the smaller colleges like, and I'm blank, American River.
American River College.
Yes, American River College in Northern California. Lake County College in Illinois, which is part of the whole, they are part of a whole community college system. University of Wisconsin, Milwaukee. Yeah, my sister is an adjunct professor there, so go Panthers. Yes, and no, they are not the Badgers, they are the Panthers. Long story, but more useless trivia rolling around in my head. Okay, so what else were you going to tell them, Ryan?
I'm trying to think if there is any...
Wait. Agent voted promo.
Oh, yeah. We do have an agent voted promo.
Would you like to tell everyone about that?
Tina Sol to everyone. Janine, your audio got very choppy, then just dropped off, so I missed what you said the last couple of minutes.
Okay, well, let's see. Hopefully my audio will be better here, but agent voted promo. Yes, my audio got very weird there. There we go. Agent voted promo. So, the agent voted promo. Oh, I see. Alrighty. Well, yeah. Alrighty. So, anyway, the agent voted promo for this month is home improvement. We will not tell the story of how this promo got its name because it's kind of rated R, but that's okay. Janine does not know current language. Yeah. So anyway, home improvement
is a great one though, and I
think it is.
I think I've personally used it a few times. So
I have used it once so far. You are going to get 4 calls throughout the month of August, ending
Debbie
on
Downey
August
to everyone.
31st.
The mascot for the University of Pennsylvania is the Quaker.
They will be. Oh, and we got an answer because I knew somebody would know. So University of Pennsylvania is the Quaker. Wait,
I love
fighting
how
Quakers?
Alex.
Wait a minute.
I love how Alex reads all of them. It's great.
Yes. Alex the speech synthesizer. Yes.
Yeah. Alex the
Yes.
very slow speech
Low speech
synthesizer. I don't know how you
synthesizer.
do that.
So anyway, University of Pennsylvania Quakers. All right. I wonder how their sports teams handle that. I don't
I don't know
know.
because
That's
I think of food every time I hear the Quakers.
John
well,
Colvisi to everyone.
exactly.
Yeah.
How to stop Zoom from voicing chat messages itself?
Yeah, there is a way, John. It is in the accessibility settings. You can actually have, I believe, if Zoom is reading them with the Zoom voice,
It's
you
not
can.
their
Okay, it's
system voice.
probably
It's your super
your
slow
screen
system
reader.
voice. It's the system voice that's doing it.
Oh, how
So
horrifying!
it's like
I actually,
super slow.
and I
Like,
think you
it's
can actually stop that.
you can, yeah.
In Zoom settings, accessibility is how you go in there. You can set a bunch of things in there, and there are a number of different things that you can stop it announcing, like when people come and go into the room, which is really good if you're in a big gathering and people are coming in, and it just is really disruptive to hear. So and so has come in, so and so has left. So yeah, those are how. Now I totally lost my train of thought. Oh yeah, so 4 calls during the month of August, up to 15 minutes per call. And you can do cleaning. You can do setting up your thermostat, your HVAC system. You can do looking at things like your gutters, your roof, if you're that brave. Or you can just get up on a ladder and aim the camera up there so they can take a scan
Team
around your
Assault to
roof, which is a
everyone.
great
Is this
thing to
Zoom
do.
reading thing new? Still
And,
pretty choppy audio on Club Deck.
oh,
Sorry,
that's
I know you
interesting.
like it,
Wow.
but that seems to be every time I listen it's like that.
Club Deck is unfortunate. And I'm going to keep it going here, but I do apologize for the audio being choppy. That's quite interesting. So, anyway, you can do a number of different things. We had someone set up their security system and make some changes in it. We had somebody do some cleaning out of a garden where they were taking all the old dead stuff out of the garden and weeds and things like that. And because it's too late in the season to grow anything, they were prepping the bed for next spring. And, any number of things around your house like that. We're not doing the DIY projects, unfortunately, in this promo because most of them honestly take a lot longer than 15 minutes. But again, aiming you at the podcast, I'm probably going to do a little piece on how to do a DIY project because there are some ways that you can maximize your time with an agent in putting together things from IKEA furniture to lawn and garden things, all sorts of whatever. I actually tried to fix and didn't realize that it took a lot more strength than I have to get the bolts undone. But we have a little jack for our lawnmower. We have a riding lawnmower and we have a jack for it that you drive up on, kind of like the car, lifts in the garages. And somehow, when the guys put it together, they put it together upside down. And I don't even want to know, but I went out with an agent. We figured out what was wrong, but unfortunately, I didn't have the right device to get the bolts off. So that one we left for them. But I've built so many things DIY with Ira, and I am not the only one. I hear from a lot of folks that they really enjoy doing that with an agent, and thank goodness the agents have lots of patience for that kind of work, much more than say a spouse might. Let's just say that. Alrighty, well, let's see, Ryan. So, what else do we have for folks before we get going here?
Let's see. I'm trying to think. I think that we've covered pretty much everything. I'm trying to think if there's anything that we haven't covered. Yeah, I can't think of anything else that we haven't covered off the top of my head.
Okay. Now, I'm going to figure out how to do this on Club Deck just as we get done here. But if there are people who have questions for us about things that are going on right now, questions about terms of service, questions about Ira Wallet, now would be a good time to throw up your hand.
I see we have, whoa, okay.
All right, yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
So let's hear from
John
John first.
Covisi has joined the meeting.
You want to? Oh well. Did you get Club Deck to work?
I'm getting there.
Okay.
Hello.
We're getting there.
John,
hey, John, how are you?
Hi there. How are you doing?
Pretty good.
Okay, so the question, what about this Ira desktop app? Whatever happened to it?
Yeah. I'm glad you asked. Yeah, Ira Desktop, as we mentioned in the product manager updates back in July, is on its way. In fact, it's probably one of the first major things that you're going to see from that's new anyway and not updated. And it's still going to come. I would say I can't put a time on it yet because I don't have a release, an exact release date, but. It's still going to come. It's still going to be here, and we are still planning to do it.
In that July thing, a couple of weeks or something, so I didn't know.
Yeah. So I'll be honest and say, like, I think the focus, at first, for us anyways, what is going to be the parity between both the iPhone and the Android app.
Okay.
Once those apps are at parity, then we're going to look at the desktop app and get that out. I think definitely getting our Android folks, and then you're going to see that, and then getting the desktop app. So that's probably what the order is going to look like. And
so it might be another month or two. Or
yeah,
great. Thanks.
Absolutely.
John Covisi has left the meeting.
All right. So now I see that there is a way, sort of, to do this in Club Deck, sort of. And we can stream from YouTube. We can bring in the audio from YouTube. Now, how this works...
While you're figuring that out...
Yeah, while I'm figuring that out...
We're going to talk to Skylar Green.
Skylar Green has joined the meeting.
I don't know why I have to say it. Alex is going to announce it all for me.
I know Alex is saying who I am.
Yeah, I don't have to do my job today. Alex is just going to announce everybody.
Yep. I was going to say, everyone will know.
Yeah.
How you doing today, Skylar?
Great. I'm doing good. I just want to say I didn't know that Ira Wallet was really something I would be interested in until it's just not something I thought of. But then once you were talking about it in Clubhouse on Monday, that's when you first talked about it, as far as I know, on Monday, but I didn't think I needed it. But then the more I thought about it, I was like, this is awesome because I've been using one card for everything, like paying the bill and like minute purchases. Mm-hmm. But now I think the way I'll use it is I'll have my primary card, the one that I've always been using, set up as my payment for my plan. And then I do have another card that I would like to add for minute purchases if I want to do that. And so this is great. So I'm excited because that'll just be really cool to have one card that I know is just for minute purchases, and I can just have that whenever I need it. And it makes so much sense now that I realize, like, oh, this is so cool. So yeah, I'm excited for that.
Yeah, I'm really glad people are catching on to that. Like, I think that's a really good one, a really great use case for Wallet. I think there's been so many questions in the past. Like, you wouldn't be surprised how many times we've gotten asked by even people calling in. The biggest time you see this is during Christmas time, and people are like, "Can I pay for this person's subscription for a month?" Or can I do this? And it's like, we've always wanted to honor that, something like that, or like, hey, can I purchase minutes for this person? And now we can say yes to that, and it's so great to be able to do that and to be able to honor it. So I'm glad that you're going to do that, Skylar. That's really cool to hear.
Yeah. So one thing I just thought of is, so if we have like in my case, I'll have my, I guess you could call it secondary card for minutes. Could I, or if I want to use it for that, could I also use that for gift cards as well?
Of course, yeah. So
okay, yeah, I thought so.
Yep. So
Cool.
you can still add gift cards. Wallet cards will be completely separate from Ira gift cards. And of course, as always, your Ira gift cards will get used before any cards will get pulled from. So
Right.
any gift money on your account will always be used before cards. And they can still be used on minute purchases and on wallet purchases for subscriptions as well.
That is good to hear, and thank you very much for announcing that and doing this. This can be great. Yeah, I'm excited.
Absolutely, happy to do it.
Cool.
All right.
Skylar
Excellent.
Green has left the meeting.
Oh, I was hoping that we could actually. It's a process with Club Deck getting the audio, so it's probably at this point better that we do this a little bit differently, because for some reason this is not working well. What I have to do actually is bring in the audio from YouTube, and I'm in the process of attempting to do that. So,
well, while you're doing that,
are we having fun? Yes, we are.
While you were figuring that out, we're going to talk
Mary
to Mary
Lee Turner has joined the meeting.
Hello.
All right. Hello there.
We can. How are you?
I'm Mary Lee, and I have talked with folks there off and on, and I have a couple questions. One, I don't have a contract or whatever you say with you guys yet. I do demonstrate Ira to folks because I'm a retired mobility instructor and rehab teacher, and
John Colvisi to everyone. No such setting to stop the Zoom voice inaccessibility.
I'm going to be what?
No, Janine's voiceover is just reading things. You can keep going.
Sorry about that.
Okay. Okay. So I am going to be facilitating a workshop next week at the Hull Foundation and Learning Center in Sandy, Oregon. And I will definitely want to be demonstrating Ira then. So is there a way that I can do that without paying?
Yes, actually, you can use the demo offer without having a paid account. And if you just let us know when you're doing it, here's what I'm going to be doing. And you can also email us, support@ira.io. Let us know about the time that you're doing it. And because you're doing this now, you're doing this for, would they be blind people or would they be?
Yes. Oh, no, these are blind. Oh, these are people who are blind. Yeah.
Oh, great. Great.
So I'm going to be doing it whenever it's not going to be, I prefer to do it. I don't know. It depends on the mood and the circumstances of our guests. So I want to be doing it throughout the retreat.
How long is the retreat?
It is 3 days. It starts
I would call our care team and I would just say, hey, I have this retreat for these 3 days, in which time I will want to do demoing, and we can work with you to set that up, to do the demos and
okay.
Set it up.
So what's the phone number for the care team?
Yep, that is going to be, you're in the United States, right?
Yes, I'm in Oregon.
Yeah, I have to ask. All right, yeah. So that's going to be 1-800-835-1934.
1934. Okay. Okay. And then it used to be, and this was a couple of years ago, that whenever I was demoing it, I just did, and I didn't get charged, but I want to make sure I'm doing it right. Okay.
Yep.
And how do I find out? I'm going to be doing some traveling. I'm going through, going in and out of Boston, whatever their airport is. And
Boston Logan.
So I'll make a promo. I leave from PDX in Portland, and I love using Ira there. I love it.
Well, guess what? You'll get it in Boston Logan too.
You do? Okay.
Yep.
And how about where am I flying into? Hang on a second. JFK.
Yes, JFK as well.
Truly?
Yep.
Oh,
look at you. You've got Ira all through the board there.
Yeah. And the way that you can
hear you two were speaking over each other. So
sorry about that. Well, you've got Ira throughout your whole journey. And the way that you can tell when you have actually, or where you can actually look up, is this airport, is this place an Ira access location? You can actually look under the button on the home screen that says apply a free access offer. You'll go in there and then go down to...
Wait. I'm sorry, you're speaking a little too fast.
No problem.
Look under apply
a free access offer. It's on the home screen and it's right above the call button.
Okay, apply a free access. And what was the rest of it? There was a word you said too.
Yes,
apply
access offer.
Right. Offer.
You'll go in there and then go down to...
Wait. I'm sorry, you're speaking a little too fast.
No problem.
Look under apply
a free access offer. It's on the home screen and it's right above the call button.
Okay, apply.
There, I'm going to stop sharing that because there we go. Yeah. All righty. Sorry about that.
Okay.
All righty. So now we have the apply a free access offer. And once you're in that screen, you're going to see 3 different categories.
Okay.
You're going to go to location, which is the last one. And in the location offer, you'll see all of the free access places that are near you. And so those will pop up. But then there's a little search box up at the top. And there you can type in the name of the airport if you know it. The search there is not super robust.
There's a website, right? I mean, there's a...
No.
I thought there was one on Ira.
No, not at the moment. We don't have all the airports listed. We're working on getting that together because so many people have asked for it.
Yeah.
But you can actually look, for example, if you were to go in there now and type in Logan International Airport, that will probably show up. You may have to try some different search terms, but it should be there. I happen to know if you type in John F. Kennedy International Airport, that will be in there. That will show up. But you can look at, any of the places that you want to go. And when you're there, it is, of course, just like it does for the Portland airport, it's going to pop up immediately in your app saying you are in a free access location.
Cool. I love it. I just love it. So now as a consultant, is there and I know I've looked at your website. I mean, I just don't look at this stuff very efficiently. So educate me, and I apologize for asking questions.
Oh no, this is great.
Undoubtedly. Okay. So what are the offers that apply for me as a consultant, if there is such a thing? Because this is work related.
At this point, you may be able to go in, and I don't know, Ryan, if it's actually there aren't any, because I was thinking this would fall under the small business offer, but no, not quite. That would be more for running your small business, for all of the tax forms and all of that you have to fill out, or getting supplies, anything like that. Actually doing the work isn't covered. But
and I am blind, by the way.
Now, who do you do your consulting for? Is it with generally the state of Oregon or?
I do it usually through the Hull Foundation and Learning Center. So I'm working with folks that are new to sight loss.
Okay. So what I would probably do is talk to the Hull Foundation about possibly being an access partner, because what a lot of our access partners do, and I'm sorry, I've got like I've got this like 30-second delay on the stream here in my ear. Anyway, so basically what being an access partner does is it allows people to use the app, of course, free like they do in the airport, but that can also cover employees and consultants as well for, the whole foundation. So if any of their staff may want to be using Ira in their work, if there are folks like you that work with them,
cool.
You can be,
And what does that cost?
It really depends. We try to tailor the plans, so we usually don't. I usually leave that to our sales department, but they will be able to work with them. And a lot of it depends too on how many people we're talking about, how many people we're talking about serving, the size of the facility, the scope, and everything.
Okay.
But
so
call the customer care. Yep, call the customer care team, and we will be.
Is that the same number you gave me?
Yes,
okay.
Same number.
Okay.
And I would start, whoever at Hull takes care of those types of accommodations for the staff, probably we usually with employers start with the HR manager, and then we go from there. And you could also ask for it as a reasonable accommodation under the ADA as a contractor with them. That's a possibility as well.
Yeah. We are so small, but that's I don't care.
That's
how
the hard
exciting.
Part. Yeah. Now the other interesting thing you might try is working with the state of Oregon to make this available. We will be talking in the near future, 30 to 60 days, about an entire state that has made Ira available to its voc rehab clients.
Wow.
And and for certain services, they have made it available. And, as they develop this product,
you can't just keep going after you say that. You got to pause for a second. Like that is.
I know.
Is
Can you just
yes.
Because the way that they funded it is really fascinating. And we've got 3 or 4 other states that are chomping at the bit to see how they set this up and make it work. Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Wow.
Can you imagine? I mean,
what a motivation for folks to become clients.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Cool.
You get the folks that are really hesitant. And for some of the tasks that we're looking at help with using public transit, getting out and about. We're looking at help with health kinds of things, paperwork and things like that. Home tasks, and there are some insurance programs also. It's a slog. It's quite a process, but there are some insurance programs that will cover Ira because it's cheaper than a home health aid. For many of the tasks, the non-skilled tasks that aid is going to perform. So,
cool.
There are many ways, but the state is really, it's really a good source to actually put this in the hands of people.
So are you talking with the vocational rehabilitation agency or who at the state?
We are starting to do that now that this one state is on board and they are getting ready to launch their program and getting ready to see how people are going to use the service, etc. We are going to be talking to more and more. So stay tuned if you're in AER or any of the other professional organizations, Vision Serve Alliance, any of those folks, because we will be talking about this over the next year, how we did this, what we're doing, other states that are doing it. And there are some states that have even funded it for individuals. But what we're hoping is that it becomes a service just like buying them JAWS, just like buying them, low vision devices. So,
It is a low vision device.
Absolutely.
Interesting.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is there anything that you would like to ask me? I've been asking you all kinds of questions.
Actually, this is fantastic. So you are going to be helping them with what? Just some general blindness skills, daily living.
Yep.
Awesome.
This is specifically for folks who are either new to sight loss or new to stepping into new tasks.
Oh,
I don't care if they've been, I don't care if they're congenitally blind. If they are willing to get off their butts and go do something,
excellent.
Let's do it.
Oh, I love this. And I would say, let's see, one of the things that folks might want to know, and this may be something for your O&M staff to know as well at Hull, if you have folks that are helping with that, that the kind of help that Ira can give people when traveling, the kind of navigation help, because a lot of people have said, I have travel anxiety. I can't do this. And so that keeps them on paratransit, and what actually happens then is, the person never uses those skills. But yet if they have Ira and they have a plan that supports them being able to do this, they can use Ira when they're out navigating for a little bit of confidence, because they're going to get that visual description when crossing the street. Although we will not tell you when it's safe, you still have to use those skills. But we can tell you when you're in the street, when you're veering, when you are, if there's something in the street like a car or something in the street, or if you're heading out into traffic and you're heading into a dangerous situation. I also use it when I cross the 4 and 6 lane big streets to tell me how far I am from the curb. How much further is it going to be to get to the up curb? And,
where's heaven?
Yes, exactly. And I tend to rush, with my cane, and when I had a dog, I tended to rush those last, 6 feet or so to the up curb. And so being able to have Ira, our agents have told us that people will start out, using them for every inch of the journey. And over time, people, they'll call the agent when they're on the block where their destination is, and the agent will say, "Oh, wow, look, you're here, wow." And the person is, they've reached some level of comfort with travel that they didn't have before.
Right.
And that's
you're preaching to the choir, darling.
Exactly. So, and even just like walking around the center, where you're doing this retreat, people will be amazed. I think they will really enjoy it.
We look forward to seeing how that goes. Definitely feel free to keep us updated on that retreat.
Okay. And how often do you do these calls?
Once a month.
Once a month.
Always on the third
Wednesday.
I think it's Wednesday. The third Wednesday of the month. Same time, same place.
Third Wednesday, 5 p.m. Okay. All right. Well, thank you very much for your time. And I really should.
You're so welcome. We're happy to have you here, and thanks for joining us today.
This is great. I can't wait to see how these go.
Okay. And a question, you used to be able to call in and get 5 minutes, like once a day or something?
Yep. You still can do that.
Once a day.
All right.
Yep.
Yes, I know. I've heard people do it for hours. Dial, redial. So I need to really look at my account and figure out how I can have a membership or whatever you call it.
Absolutely. I mean, take a look at the plans.
Definitely do that in the app, or our care team is more than happy to help with that as well.
Oh, yeah.
I know absolutely. That. Okay.
Absolutely.
And what are their hours, just for the record?
They are 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time.
Okay, great.
7 days a week.
Yep. Super. All right. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Care is open on Sundays, contrary to some belief.
Yes.
Super. Thank you.
Oh, you are so welcome. Have a great retreat.
All right. We are going to move on.
Oh, yeah, guys. So, yes.
Let's check a phone number.
Okay, let's do. Oh, I see a 614 phone number. Somebody's in Ohio.
Yes, somebody is. I didn't think I was ever going to get to talk tonight.
Hey, is that Shirley?
It is. Hello, Janine. How are you?
Hello there. Shirley and I have known each other for as long as dirt has been around, I think. It's been quite a while.
Oh, that's great. I love it.
Yes. So,
couple of quick things. I think you guys mentioned last time something about the fact, or it was mentioned maybe at some kind of a convention or something when I was in your room where you talk with people. There was some thought of maybe getting something going for people who wanted to just make a phone call and maybe didn't need anything visual, where we could use Ira, where we could actually do it from a landline phone. Let's say if we needed help with something on the internet or whatever the thing might be, where we didn't have to go through the app and use the iPhone. Mm-hmm. Have you guys looked into that at all any further, or?
So there's a step that has to happen before that happens, and that is our Ira Sdk. And the moment we get that going, once we have Ira set up for multiple devices, we do plan to do something like that. Yes, it is still in the plans. We talked about it a little bit in our product roadmap, and so there's an opportunity for that to happen, whether that be on the phone, whether that be maybe on your, I won't say the name, the thing that you probably have sitting on your desk that will trigger if I say the name.
Oh, that one. Yeah.
Maybe,
that would be wonderful.
Maybe, I throw these out as just, the opportunities of things that could happen with this SDK. And so there really are definitely opportunities once we get this. So there's, as we continue on, we'll definitely be able to provide more information on what that could be.
Okay.
So
where down the road, anywhere in the future of things, do you see that could be happening? Like maybe a year from now, or just
possibly,
even
I would say somewhere
all?
around there. The app parity definitely comes first, and then we'll start looking at things like desktop and looking at the ability to
that other thing would be wonderful. I use it for everything.
We all do, yeah.
Right. Now you talked about Janine tonight was referring to something called Club Deck. I've heard people talk about Clubhouse a lot. Is that the same thing, or is this a different
It works
app?
With Clubhouse. It is a computer version of Clubhouse.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you can use Clubhouse for Windows.
And I am color me sort of impressed, but not. And I apologize to our Club Deck Clubhouse gang because I went to save our effect and I unfortunately shut it off. So,
oh boy. I was trying to figure out whether you were just calling it by that name or whether it was some something that went along with it or whatever.
We will stream to you later.
Okay, well that's great. And I guess the only other thing is that at some point, and I'd like to know, maybe you can tell me who to get a hold of. I would like to go a little bit further on a one-on-one, maybe talking about appropriateness, like where you guys were talking about if you needed to take a picture of, like if you had a wound or something when you were talking about that last month, where you had to send something to a doctor or whatever. And I didn't know, let's say for me who was blind and my husband who was sighted, if I was trying to assist him with something where he couldn't, see where it is, something on his body that we needed to get a picture, to a doctor, would that qualify since he's not the blind person, but I'm the blind person that's trying to assist him, or would it have to be something
as
for
long
me?
No, it wouldn't. It doesn't have to be. It would qualify. As for who couldn't you talk to, our information team and our care team is great for that.
Okay.
Funny story. Ira does not have to be used just for you. If it tells you anything, some of my calls at Ira are helping my family get driving directions while we're driving at 85 miles down the road or 75 miles down the road. So you don't have to use Ira just for you. And you can, as long as I'm involved in it. As long as you're involved in it, and as long as it doesn't involve any parts of the body that shouldn't be seen normally.
Okay, that pretty much, I think, answered my question. So, okay. All right, well, I appreciate it. You really covered pretty quickly the things that I wanted to know about. So I very much appreciate both of you being here to answer my questions. And I'm glad you're going to put the newsletter back out on email. Thank you for that.
You take care.
Yes. Thank you so much, Shirley.
Wow,
always.
Everyone. It is the top of the hour.
It is the top of the hour. And I do
still hands raised. It's amazing.
But, well, you know what? Let's take a couple more hands because I just got our Clubhouse stream back up, and now I know how to do it next time.
Well, do we have anybody in Clubhouse?
We do, actually. Let me grab... because I will have to share my audio, which is going to make it crazy here. But, yeah, I'm not quite sure how I'm going to do that, actually, Ryan, this time around. Because if I share my audio, we're going to have repeating all over the place, sadly.
All right, well...
Yeah, so they can listen this time, but next month, folks, we'll have a better setup.
Yeah, next time, folks, we
will have a cooler setup.
Let's hear from Chris Meredith.
Hey, it's Chris Meredith. Hello, sir. And we hope we unmuted you.
We did, yeah.
We did.
Oh, I need to unmute myself, apparently, because the host would like me to unmute. Do I wish to do so? Why, yes, as a matter of fact, I do.
That would be a good thing, yes.
Awesome.
Yes.
Okay, two questions. Two things. One, awesome on the Ira Wallet, because I have moved from the investment bank I previously worked for to a little credit card company that makes high-end credit cards available in green, gold, platinum, and black.
Ooh, okay.
Ooh, shiny.
So, some of them are, I suppose, yeah. Something about my previous employer taking 3 years and doing nothing about the fact that I was dragged into my manager's office for daring not to accept help crossing a street in New Jersey.
No, I remember that story from Facebook. It was quite an adventure.
I gave them 3 years to at least, maybe an I'm sorry, a box of chocolates and a bottle of champagne, and not even the I'm sorry was coming. And they, and I had approached them saying, hey, can we train people on what disability isn't? And they're like, what, did you say something? I heard a noise. So between that, all the jobs moving to New Jersey, and Amex paying me a little more money, I decided to make...
All right.
You said, I see some more money.
Exactly.
Yep.
Exactly. Anyway, and as an aside, my boss has actually totally said that I can put any work-related IRA expenses on the corporate green card they issued me.
Awesome.
So that is very well timed.
Ding, ding, ding.
Question.
And
Go ahead, Janine. The last thing I want to do is step on you. You look like you're about to say
for it.
something. Okay. The department that I work in, which is a little restaurant reservation platform called Resi, some of you may have heard of it, is really keen on moving accessibility of their applications from the last thing that gets tested to the first part of their design. And I know you guys had a means by which you could actually generate accessible prototypes for web, iOS, Android, and we are sort of on all three. I would love to have a discussion with one of you offline about maybe having your people meet my people, and introducing them to a process whereby they could move accessibility testing to the prototyping phase of their application.
Sounds like a job for Camille.
Yeah, we have a UX designer that I think would be great for that. So let's get connected, and we will.
Do you want to get them connected, Ryan? If Chris can send you an email?
Yeah, let's.
I think
let's
that
go
would
ahead
be
and do
probably
that.
the quickest way. And it is very easy. Ryan.bishop@ira.io.
Okay, I will send that email probably from my work email address tomorrow, and I will let my design team know to expect, because they're using something called Zeppelin, and I expect it's not accessible at all, but they are.
Yeah, and I know she
open.
has tested so many of those tools. So
She
Yeah.
lived on design tool testing for months. I mean, and it's so sad because really what she ended up finding out is there is no native design tool
Nope.
that is accessible in any way, shape, or form.
Yeah.
I am
amazing.
disappointed. I am not surprised, but disappointed.
Yeah.
Absolutely disappointed.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And a lot of these people have will even say on their website, like, our website conforms to, these things, and it's our website does, but our tool, not so much.
Not so much.
And
Yeah.
it's so sad.
Well, that's like our consumer tool. We are very much trying to get, compliant, but the tool for restaurant owners and so forth is not so much. And I told them, the only reason you haven't been having a nice conversation with the New York Attorney General about that is that, restaurants tend not to hire blind people just for whatever, reason. But there is some legal risk there, and they're totally, and again, they're totally open to fixing all of their issues, which is refreshing. It's super refreshing
Yes.
to
Yeah.
work for a company that when I tell them, hey, this is possible, their first question is, that's great. How do we do it? I mean, I
Brilliant.
haven't been there for like 6 weeks, and I've already got them applications are even pushed to.
There you go.
So yeah.
And if you find, Chris, that there are other blind employees there, we can certainly talk to them about Ira Access.
I
for
will
the-
do that. I
for
don't know that there
employees.
are any at Resi specifically, but American
Mhm.
Express is vast, and
I
if,
was just going to say,
yeah, if they are interested, I know people that know people, and
we
they
are
can make that
we are doing that for another large company that begins with A. So
You have to grow our A repertoire.
do
that's
they
right.
make phones? I mean, what do the?
No, they
No,
make
okay.
smart
No,
speakers.
They might.
That
might
one, the
sell
ones behind
Yes.
Ziggy,
phones.
right?
Yes.
Right.
Yeah, they might sell phones.
Yeah, they
Well, they
sell
used to.
everything.
They used to make. Well, they had a phone for like 5 minutes.
For 5 minutes, yeah.
And
And
Yeah.
yeah,
Yep.
but
They have a couple airplanes too.
yeah.
Ay, Dios mío. Wasn't their CEO involved in some like major divorce or something?
We're gonna pretend that didn't happen.
I see.
Yeah.
We're gonna pretend that's so far from what
Let's talk
we
about
do
Ira
with them.
Access,
That,
guys.
yeah.
Yeah. So.
What
anyways,
it's really, oh my gosh, what it's allowing people to do really though is work in jobs that, when I say, a blind person is working in a fulfillment center,
Oh, I know.
people,
I know.
what? Yeah.
I think it's brilliant.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
No, totally. And yeah,
It's the turn of the century, and and I'll say it like there's fulfillment centers, there's coffee, and I think like
Mhm.
who's ever heard of it? Like being able to go and be a barista.
Yeah.
Like
And there are people doing it.
and it's amazing. Like I was reading the other day, about the one store where there's somebody that people go out of their way to go to that store, and it's like it's so brilliant to see it, because you think about like a few years ago, you never would have seen something like that, and because of Ira, now a lot of this is more doable, and it touches the life and the impact, and
Yeah, and
It's
I mean,
all
if
the
you guys have
agents.
Starbucks on your list, then I'm affiliated with a platform that has a number of different restaurants hosted on it. I'd like to, I realize this would be something that would, I'm going to be cynical for a minute and say it'd be, as much as a decade before we saw it in like, across the board. But I would like to see, because a lot of blind college kids, they don't have a lot of the. I mean, I took the standard computer science route. I worked a help desk.
Yep.
That's what you do if you're in
Yep.
science. But for your a lot of entry level college kid type jobs are just not open, and
Absolutely, they don't get to have the crappy jobs that everybody else had to have back in the day, which now are paying. I mean, the fulfillment centers are paying really good salaries with excellent benefits. So
I couldn't believe when I knew somebody who went and got a customer service job that was like, I couldn't. It's like, what is this? Like, a couple of years ago, customer service jobs were not paying much.
Yeah, for real. But yeah, I will, Ryan, I will shoot you an email. Please, by all means, put me in touch with Camille, because our designers would be super interested in moving that process, shifting it left, as they say in the development world. And Janine, I will reach out to people that know people at that credit card company I work for. And
please do, and
I make no guarantees, but I will certainly see what I can do to.
We're happy to work with them, and we'll be happy to tell them about a few of our other employers that we can't talk about right now, but we'll be happy to get them connected and stick with Disability In also, because we're doing a lot of work with them and all of the companies that are involved with Disability In, which is the former Business Leadership Network. I used to administer one of their grants back in the day, and so we're taking a look at all of the companies that are involved with Disability In.
Yeah. Excellent.
Brilliant. Wow.
Awesome. All right.
All right.
It has been a pleasure.
It has been. Wow. And we wish we could grab everybody tonight, because we had, again, some excellent questions.
I want to shout out really quick to Jesse Lawrence, who says on YouTube, this is my first Explorer call. Randomly found it on YouTube. Thanks for all you do.
Oh, thank you, Jesse. We're so glad you were here.
And thanks for engaging and saying hello. We're happy to see you.
And
we also got a hello from Ann V87.
Yes, from Twitter. Yes, I know Ann from Twitter. Awesome. And you know what time it is, Ryan? It's time for the Braille calendar.
Hey, wait. Before you do that, because you're going to talk about September. And isn't there something else that's happening in September, live event-wise, as well? Or is that a little later than September?
That's a little. Well, it will be. Actually, we're not quite sure. It's. We're not quite sure when we're gonna.
There's been questions on when
yes, there have been, and we will be telling you guys about the upcoming plans for our museum events and other things coming up, which will start again in September, but they're going to be a little bit different. And I'm just going to plant this in your head, because September 11th marks the 20th anniversary. Yes. Now, just think about that a little bit, and remember the Pride special that we did. So we are looking at an event similar to that in September with folks from the 9/11 Museum. So this is just, it's forming right now. We're putting it together right now. So stay tuned for that. And then we will be looking at some more museums, probably featuring some of our access partners again, just like Penn Museum and maybe some of the Smithsonian properties, Boston Museum of Fine Art.
We gotta get APH back.
Oh yeah, everybody wants to go back to APH.
Fun.
I want to go there in person. I mean, I want to get my hands on those Braille writers.
Are you kidding me? I want to go to the baseball museum. That'll be fun.
Oh yeah. And it's right next door to the Jazz Museum. So there we go.
Or some of those Smithsonian properties.
Oh man, I gotta go back to Air and Space. The last time I was at Air and Space, it was still in downtown DC, and so I want to go to the bigger one now.
I
And
just want to go
I
to the National Zoo like that. Yeah.
Oh, yes. Yes. Well, like, we had planned to go back to DC for some field tripping, so with the
Right?
family. So,
No.
that'll.
For the company. It's,
Well, yeah, I write it off as a business expense. Hey, what the heck? So, folks, our next our next call will be on September 15th. There's the Braille calendar. I think my video is probably showing me like doing who knows what right now. But anyway, September 15th, same time, same station. And next time we will have Clubhouse linked in here so that we can get get input from everyone. Literally, the feed that is going from YouTube to Club Deck in my one ear is literally about 30 seconds off, and it is really distracting. Anyway, but
well, guys, it's been a pleasure. Thank you
it's
so much
been
for
fun.
being here. Thank you so much for the engagement. It's always a pleasure. Stay tuned for more announcements. Enjoy the
Yes.
Ira Wallet. Enjoy the. Be sure to read the terms of service. I can't stress
Give
that
'em-
enough.
Give them a read,
Give it a
and
good read. There are some important things in there. That
Yep. And next week we will have some more announcements for you. So stay tuned to all of our venues. And we will be on, speaking of Clubhouse, we will have our office hours on Clubhouse next Monday at 2 p.m. Eastern Time. What is that, 10 a.m.?
11.
10 a.m., 11, thank you, 11 a.m.
And if you did not
Pacific
get all
time.
of your questions answered today and you can't make it to that, definitely feel free to reach out to our customer care team. They are a wonderful group of individuals. Our information department can definitely get you answers. And if they can't, and if they don't know the answers, they can reach out to us who can get those answers and make sure you have them. I will give that number again for the United States in case people need it. That is 1-800-835-1934. And just a reminder again, 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, 7 days a week. So they are open on Sundays.
Yeah, they are open on Sundays.
And,
Yay!
you can get your care help. So
Yes,
definitely feel free
and
to
they
reach
are
out.
ready and waiting to help you. Well, Ryan, have a wonderful rest of your evening, and everybody, we'll extend virtual scritches to Miss Australia on her birthday.
Absolutely, her third birthday.
Her
Can't believe
third
it.
birthday, and your little one is almost a month and a half old now. My goodness.
How fast it goes. All right, everyone, take care.
All righty, everyone. Good night.